Hello YouTube and welcome to the Wholemade Veedverks Cup Outlaws series. I'm Emerson Arn and I'm back and better than ever. We're ready for some nighttime racing at Martinsville Speedway here in Martinsville, Virginia. Let's get to it. We're loading in here. We're going to be going right off the bat. See if we get in on time. And I'll take the green flag. We'll be jumping in momentarily here, right into the action. We have Dan, the ladies' man, coming off of turn 4. He'll lead lap number 1 here at Martinsville night. Look at how beautiful this track looks. For third, Jaywood getting pushed up the track by the 19 of Spoob. Spoob trying to work that inside. His car's turning a little bit better, but he had the 62 of Randy to his inside. He gets knocked all the way back, about the 6th position, and still under attack from the 34. Bombs away to his outside. 24 Miz working the outside. Now he's into the 6th position. He'll slide up though. Here comes Bombs away up the inside. They're 3 wide for 6th. Up the inside goes Randy. Here comes Bombs away. The 62 will clear up. Spoob hanging tough in 4th for the time being, but we have the 4 Pratt man looking down it to the inside of turn 1. He'll get 4 from Spoob easily. Clears off of turn 2. 250 laps around the paper clip. 58 laps to go. This time by. There we go. We got Miz and Randy continuing to duke it out for the 6th position. Randy up the inside, driving it deep into turn 3. Miz giving him plenty of room, and Randy will clear Miz actually off of turn 4. Randy slides right back up. He's going to allow Miz to get to his inside once again. Here we go into turn 3. Miz has got his nose in there. It looks like this will be something to watch all day. Randy will clear Miz, and he has to go to the grass. He makes contact with the 42 of Freak. He'll fall back to the 8th position, Miz will. So now Freak in prime position. Get that 6th position. "54 laps to go here in stage number 1. Back up front, it's all about Dan, and I mean he's in his own zip code on a half-mile short track. To kind of put that one into perspective. We now watch the 62 of Randy try to close the gap on the 19 of Spoob right in front of him. Riding on board with the 62. Car into the wall on the front stretch. Might have been Spoob as Randy gets to the inside of the 19. Cleared him down the back stretch. Let's see if Spoob can get back to him. Randy now into the top 5. Spoo's gonna try a dive up the inside. He'll hit the curbing on the inside, and that'll pretty much kill his momentum. Freak, Miz, they're going toe-to-toe for the 7th position. Miz right on that back bumper of the 42 car. He'll drive it in deep, maybe makes contact with Freak. Trying to avoid the wall on the exit. Driving it deep into these corners compared to the 42 of Freak, who makes contact with the outside wall on the exit of turn 2. Here comes Miz looking to the outside. A nudge, a push. Miz being really aggressive, now looking to the inside. Side by side off of turn 2. Driving it deep into turn 3. Can Miz clear him? He'll slide up. And he'll clear Freak. See if Freak can get him back. After Freak was used and abused by that 24 car. He'll send him right into the outside wall at his next opportunity. Now they're side by side into turn 3. Freak with the advantage in the preferred line off of turn 4. Freak clears Miz. Again, going on for the 7th position. Spoop trying to regain traction on the 62 of Randy. Freak look to the outside. Here comes Freak through the center of the corner, and a great run through the center of the corner. Miz keeps giving him the lane. Here comes the 42. He has the advantage down the back. Miz trying to drive it in deep on the outside. Freak trying to roll the center on the inside. The 42. Freak will clear Miz for 7th, but look too soon. Here comes the 88 of Army Dad right into the mix. He's bringing the 8 of Controller Hog, and they make contact. The 42, the 88. Freak sending Army Dad to the inside wall. Everybody has to catch their breath, regroup a little bit after all that. About the 6 of Corey embedding himself into this battle. Here comes the 41 of Devin. I'm sorry. Corey now driving deep up the inside of the 42, looking for 7th. I'm sorry, 8th. And Corey makes easy work of Army Dad. Don't look too soon, though. He's going to have a nice run right back up to the back bumper. Corey gets a little too high on the exit of turn 2. The 88 makes a run right back at him. Has the preferred line, and he'll clear Corey right back. So much for easy work. Up front, Dan now approaching lap traffic. That's a 34 bombs away. The 95 of Jaywood, he's moved up to the 2nd position. The 13 of Bud is the lap down. The 4 of Prattman into 3rd. The 3 of Burton in the 4th. The 62 of Randy in the 5th. 19 of Spoob in 6th. Under attack from the 24 of Miz in 7th. Then we have the 88 of Army Dad sat 8th. Corey going at it hard in 9th. Devin rounds out your top 10. And a huge lunge from Controller Hog up the inside of Freak for the 11th position. Car into the wall in the backstretch. That's the 62. Miz and Spoob going toe-to-toe hard. Spoob trying to keep the car under control on the exit. Wow, this 88 and this 6, they are going at it hard. Corey, a huge lunge up the inside. Side by side out of 4. $33 laps to go. Coming around to 32. Right through it. $31 to go. Burton trying to keep the car under control, losing a lot of ground. I'm sure those tires are not doing him any favors. Yeah, Dan's about to catch a whole knot of lap traffic. $29 laps to go. We're gonna see how Dan works his way through lap traffic. They are still on the lead lap, so all these cars he's about to catch have every right to fight him hard for these positions. And the 95 of Jaywood isn't too far away, so we'll see how right in the middle of the stage what shapes out here. Riding on board if you're race leader in the 20. Approaches the 88 of Army Dad. I'm sure Dan doesn't even... Oh, the 19 into the wall on the front stretch. He's going to be caught by a lot of cars. The 42 checking up. The 20 gets right into him. And how about this? Look at Jaywood right there. Dan try as he might, trying to find a way around that 88. Army Dad trying to get a position on Spoob. Spoob goes up the track, trying to fight off that 88 car. Dan, nowhere to go. Here comes Jaywood. A huge moment, maybe a little contact between the 80 and the 19. Dan, look towards the middle. Dan goes up the track. Here comes the 95 of Jaywood. Spoob into the wall. He collects Dan. Dan, the race leader, goes around, relinquishing the race lead to the 95 of Jaywood. So new race leader Jaywood in the 95 car. He's found his way around Spoob. Now we see if he can find a way around the 88 of Army Dad. And does Dan have a car capable of trying to re-catch Jaywood? Jay Wood finally to the inside, the 88, but look at Army fight hard on the outside. Jay Wood clears the 88. Motorsports eating out the back bumper of that 8 car in front of him. Let's see how Jay Wood navigates this intimate gathering between the 88 and the 18. Motorsports lets him by. Here comes Jay Wood up the inside, clears controller. And that's most of the not of the lap cars that the leaders caught. 20 of Dan went in as the race leader, and 95 of Jay Wood came out as the race leader. And that is just the story of lap traffic at Martinsville. Corey moving up into the 3rd position now. Over to 42 of Freak. 42 is a lap down. .62 of Barnett holds 4th now over to 24 of Miz, the 4th Pratt man. We actually have Corey gaining big time on the 20 of Dan. As Jay Wood finally works his way around the 41 car of Devin. Not able to clear him just yet. Now he does so. Car spun around on the backstretch. That's a 34 bombs away. Jay Wood now catches the 3 of Burton. And the 34 is blowing an engine. Taking it behind the wall. It is day done. Jay Wood makes easy work of Burton. Now the 6 of Corey's now moved into the 2nd position. And how about this top 2? A little bit of a... maybe a nostalgic top 2? With Jay Wood and Corey atop the running order. Corey nearly half a lap down in the 2nd position. So the 4 of Prattman right now in the 6th position. It's the next car to go 1 lap down. No, that's the end of the stage. There'll be 6 cars on the lead lap. Looks like the first car 1 lap down will be the 3 of Burden. So we've reached the end of stage 1, and 7 cars will be on the lead lap at minimum when we go back to green. So Jay would win stage 1, Corey 2nd, Dan 3rd, Randy 4th, Miz 5th. Those top 5 will be getting stage points. Prattman the only other car that finished the stage on the lead lap. And here we go. The 6 of Corey's going to lead us to green. Green flag in the air. We're racing at Martinsville night. So we go green here in stage 2. Corey trying to clear the 95 of Jay Wood. We know how well these two race against one another and the level of competition they can provide for one another. Spinning in the back, 13-19. You got the 95 of Jay Wood now trying to find the back bumper of Corey. How about Dan rocketing into the 3rd position from the inside of the 4th Prattman? And Corey gives up the race lead to the 95 of Jay Wood. And here we go. We've got a 4-car train at the front of the field. Miz under attack in that 5th position from the 88 of Army Dad. How about that 88 rocketing into the top 5? Oh, well, that is depressing. Here comes the 41 of Devin, who's a lap down. And here comes the 62 of Randy, who's not a lap down, looking for the 5th position. And how about in all of that, the 20 of Dan right back out in front of all of this. And he's driving away from Jay Wood and Corey. Here comes the 3 of Burton. He's into the 5th position, or 6th position now. Looking for the 5th position from Miz. And Miz looks like he's trying to give it to him with that contact off of the turn 2 wall. A nice run through the center for Burton. Looking to trade some pain with Exalta. Here he comes to that back bumper. Looking up the inside into turn 3. He's got the great run to preferred line. Miz gives it to him. No, he's got the crossover. Back to the inside looks Miz. Can Burton try to clear him on the outside? Miz with the run through the center of the corner. Look at the run. Burton's going to get on the exit. Clear the 24. Does he clear him? Trying as he might to clear Miz. But Miz is going to rock it up the inside a little too hard. He's going to clear Burton. And then Burton with the crossover. Now he looks to the inside. Burton with the preferred line slides up a little bit. Makes a little contact with Miz. No harm, no foul. And now it looks like Burton's going to drive away. The 20 of Dan has already caught lap traffic. That's the 13 of Bud going yet another lap down. 95. And adding insult to injury, the race leader puts him into the wall. That's a sign of get out of the way. I know he didn't mean to. I'm just here comes the 95 of Jay Wood now in second, able to close the gap a little bit. Corey there in third, Prattman fourth, and Burton all the way at the end of the back straightaway in fifth. I had to think about that since don't have a scoring monitor. It's not your fault. It's okay. Gotta have a pen and paper and do it the old-fashioned way. I mean, they have to keep scoring before electronics anyway. So Dan out in front. Looks like he's got a short run car as Jay Wood is able to close the gap a little bit more and more as the run goes on. Maybe the tires aren't at the prime enough wear to maybe run the best laps he can. But here comes Jay Wood, a full head of steam, trying to get back to the race lead. He did end up winning stage 1. As the top two, they are just driving away from Corey. Corey, we think is one of the drivers who any given weekend will be in the top 3. And though he is not performing quite to the level of the other two. At least at the moment. This is... 40 laps to go here in stage number 2. Jay Wood is hunting. Before he goes out to hunt, he's got to gather some tools, some DeWalt tools. he gathers and gains ground on Dan. Every passing lap, he gets closer and bigger in the mirror of that 20 car. Here he comes looking up the inside in turn 2. Dan now having to play a little defense here to keep the race lead. Let's see if these two can get to it with a battle. Corey may be in prime position to rejoin the battle for the race lead. And Dan actually maybe conserving a little bit, able to gain. Now on Jaywood, kind of turning on the boosters a little bit. Maybe Jaywood was using that imported push to pass. Looks like Dan's using traction control. Just so smooth on these corner exits. And Dan catching Bud. Is that the 7th time he will go a lap down? Further back in the pack, we have Spoob mounting the curbs every corner. Here comes Jaywood. Looking for the back bumper of that 20 Toyota Camry. Getting closer and closer. He looks to the inside now. Let's see if Spoob interferes with the 20 car this time around. No, he does not. But Jaywood breathing down his neck. Trying to pressure him into a mistake. On the exit of 2, here comes Jaywood. A peek to the inside. He doesn't drive it in. Very, very clean from the 95. Here comes Jaywood peeking. Dan pressure into giving him the inside. He'll clear him onto the exit. "24 laps to go here in stage number 2. Dan under pressure, trying to hold on to that race lead. A hungry Jay Wood breathing down his neck, looking for a clean sweep here for the Wholemade Veedverks Cup Outlaw Series race at Martinsville Nights. Looking to the inside is Jay Wood. Now he drives it to the center of the corner, making a little contact. He's had enough. Up with being behind that 20 car, he finally muscles his way to the race lead. I think he saw the sense of urgency from the 6 car that was getting bigger and bigger in his mirror. So he was saying, Dan, you've held me up enough. I'm going to go around before Corey joins us. And there's a 19 car giving a makeover to the Martinsville logo in 3 and 4. So now let's see, can Corey find a way around Dan and quickly before Jay Wood gets away? Corey up the inside. Dan doesn't fight. Freak gives him the lane. Now it's just Corey and Jay Wood. Second and first. Prattman riding 4th over the 24 of Miz. Jay Wood making easy work of these lap cars. I mean, Jay Wood is just slicing and dicing these lap cars. He is flying through lap traffic. I mean, Corey's just not getting through nearly as fast as he needs to if he's gonna put up a fight for the end of this stage. But he's got Burton, controller hog, in front of him. Burton on the lead lap, trying in the 8 of controller hog, finds the 1. No, and he's lagging. All over the front stretch is the 8 car. He hit the outside wall in the center of 3 and 4, and then surged in front of the 6 of Corey, slowed him way down. And again, the outlook up front. With 10 laps to go here in stage 2, it's all Jay Wood. Dan now is 2nd. Corey back to 3rd after his whole controller hog fiasco. Controller was trying to give him room, hit the outside wall in 3 and 4. Surged in front of... Then controller hug surged in front of Corey. Corey had an unexpected passenger on the hood of his 6 car. And dropped the kids off at school after turn 4. Let's see if Corey can find his way around Dan here in the waning laps of stage 2. We come into 7 laps to go. And before too long here, I think, as a Pratt man better step on it. 4 laps to go, but that 4 car may be in danger in 4 laps. Now he really shouldn't be at fret here. With 3 laps, well, I don't know, 3 laps to go. Jay Wood isn't coming. And he's still got to get through a 13 car, so. Two laps to go for Jay Wood, and he's coming. Prattman just trying to make it. 2 laps to go. I'm sorry, 1 lap to go, 2 laps to go for Prattman. Here comes Jay Wood. A lunge, but not enough. Prattman will live to tell it another day. On the lead lap. And the stage goes Jay Wood, Corey, Dan, Miz, Randy, Prattman. Your top 6, your only 6 on the lead lap. And Burden will be the free pass once again. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the exact same running order. Maybe Ms. Randy flipped around a bit. Almost identical stage finishes upon the top 5, and those are the only positions that matter in the stages. Those are the only 5 who get points. But now we're going racing for one big stage. David P, you got it. What's up, David P? But appreciates it. We're going racing here for stage 3. Jay Wood leads us to green. Miz to his outside. Jay Wood just too strong up the inside. As the field roars into turn 3. Jay Wood clears Miz. Dan in the 3rd. Corey 4th. Jay Wood under pressure slides up. Miz had the inside. Blew his chance. A lot of jostling for position in the back. The top 4 breaking away now. Miz in 2nd. Dan trying to surge up the inside. The third, Miz gets a shot to Jay Wood. Up the inside looks Miz. And that kind of stacks up the entire top 6. Now all 6 cars up front are nose to tail. Your top 6 running Jay Wood, Miz, Dan, Corey, Prattman, Randy. And they are nose to tail. Here comes Dan up the inside of Miz. Had enough of that car. Miz trying to fight back. Couldn't get to the inside. See if Dan can do anything with Jay Wood. Because at this point, it looks like Dan has the short run car and Jay Wood has the long run car. So Dan needs to take advantage of his car right now, right off the restart. Jay Wood being very defensive on the inside. Here comes Dan, a run through the center of the corner. Dan, the aggressive run through the center. Couldn't get to the inside. You see Dan really trying to diamond these corners and get that run on the exit. I think back to the line, Jay Wood has kind of adapted. It's a slight diamond of the corner. They enter low. Try to angle it at the center. And rocket off. Just as Dan rockets by the 95 of Jay Wood for the race lead. Corey into the wall, contact with Miz. Corey now making his runs at Jay Wood. Maybe, just maybe, can keep Jay Wood from that race lead long enough to maybe pit stops. And a whole new set of tires. Just once these guys have to pit in this final stage. And when that pit stop comes, How about Burton looking for his way back into this, catching up to the 4th Prattman? This would be for the 5th position. Burton worked diligently to get through the field, got through Randy, now looking for the 4th Prattman. Again, the battle right here for 5th. Burton the lunge up the inside. No clear Prattman. Prattman trying to size him back up, but lets off early as Burton's just really aggressive on his entry, man. That is an aggressive entry. Speaking of an aggressive entry, look at Jaywood climb right back up to that back bumper of the 20. And some more TV time for the 13 car. So now let's see, how does Dan, Jaywood, Corey, how do they fare with some lap traffic? Bud lets them by. How about Miz kind of sticking around in 4th, not completely taking himself out of the stage. The first 2 was pretty far away from stage contention. But right here when it matters most. And Dan able to play some great defense on Jaywood. Now Corey starts to become a question. How much can you attack Dan without letting Corey get to your inside or get an advantage on you? How about to this point? We've ran over 150 laps and we've gone caution free to this point. So just shout out to these 15 driver things. We're not crashing. 87 laps to go here at Martinsville night, Martinsville, Virginia. The paperclip spoob doing spoob things down the back. Letting the leaders go, that was courteous. Not sure how intentional it was. On a dramatic swing down the backstretch. Corey finds the door of Controller Hog. Already found it once this race. Actually, was looking right at it through the windshield of his car. thought that was going to be our first caution of the day. Turned out it was still a single car incident. We stayed green. It was towards the end of the second stage. Now Jay Wood through lap traffic, not as under attack from Corey as he was at one point. Now, can he set his sights back on the 20 car of Dan? Dan, he's got to find his way through some more lap traffic. The 18 and the 41. How about the fourth Pratt man? Trying to surge right back up to the 6th position. Once taken away from him by Burton. Wow, these three leaders just nose to tail like peas in a pod. Just snaking their way through lap traffic. Look at Dan to the inside of the 42 now. He's going to take Jay Wood with him. Corey following suit. And into turn 3 at last, the top 3 back nose to tail. Now they look for their way around motorsports. Dan goes by motorsports with ease. Jaywood now looks to his inside. Here comes Corey. And again, all three of them buy a lap car in less than a lap. Now this stage is the longest stage, so at some point the lap traffic will get tougher. Jay Wood up the inside. Dan went really high through 1 and 2. Corey was right on the back bumper of the 95. Here comes Corey up to second. So Jay Wood to the lead. Corey second. Dan falls back to third. Now Corey a lunge at Jay Wood. Going tit for tat with Jay Wood here. Jay Wood slides up the center, opens up for Corey. How can Corey pressure Jay Wood into making a mistake? These two raced against each other in the top two all last season. The gaggle of cars in front of the leaders here. Let's see how this is navigated. Here comes Jay Wood. I think he caught Freak off guard, driving all the way up the inside of the 42 car. Like he didn't even expect him. And how about this? Prattman finally going to lap down. He's been trying to go lap down all race long. He'll finally put it into the wall and give up the lap. Corey goes by. Prattman with ease. Now, here comes the three of Burton. They're lapping up to 6th position now. They just lapped 7th position Prattman. And Prattman just hoping and praying for a caution. As Bud gives up the lap. Now they go toe to toe, Bud and Prattman do, for the free pass if there's ever a caution. Corey trying to pile on the pressure. Dan stuck in lap traffic. Now Corey losing touch to Jay Wood. Looks like Bud went around and we'll address that one on pit road post race. Bird and Bud, same thing. They're both laps down now. Hire some security. So Prattman pits from the lead lap. Randy pitted from the lead lap. Only giving me action. I'm falling asleep over here. Yeah, but it's just lead lap cars are faster cars passing lap cars. And a crash on the front stretch. Controller hog. Spoop getting into it. Little contact with Dan there. Dan, while trying to get to the inside to pit, hit the inside wall a little bit. And the best battle on track for the 12th position rages on. Spoop, controller hog all over the road. Controller hog now in 12th. Oh, and the 18 of Motorsports blew an engine. Day done. Blinker fluid. Just ran out of blinker fluid. And all over the road! Here comes Spoop finding the back bumper of the 8 car that's already been used and abused by Motorsports earlier in the race. And Spoop found his way to pit road! He collects the 20! No, he doesn't. Almost did. And the 6 of Corey pits from 2nd place. That's depressing. So how does this short pit now fit the strategy for Jay Wood. Wait, Jay Wood already pit? Oh. Well. So I got caught up actually watching a good battle. We missed the race leader pit. With Jay Wood out front by a sizable margin. Has about 40 laps to go to close one out. Holy, Spoop is really far behind. 36 laps to go. So there's the entire length of the backstretch that separates Jay Wood and Corey and 2 lapped cars. So now all the cars between the top 2 are clear. It's all, can Corey chase down Jay Wood with an open racetrack? We've seen all race Jay Wood unrestrictedly be faster than Corey. What is it going to take for Corey to get up to Jay Wood? Oh, the best way to keep lap count, just watch the leader stream. Okay. Didn't even know they were streaming. So coming around to 25 laps to go. The gap nearing 4 seconds between the top 2. Only 5 cars on the lead lap to this point, and that may be in jeopardy as Barnett is only a few seconds in front of Jay Wood now, less than 2. Randy's actually the next car Jay Wood will encounter. "20 laps to go here at Martinsville." Jay Wood continues to close in on Barnett. Trying to put only 4 cars on the lead lap. And somehow Miz is one of them. I know. That's why I said somehow he's one of them. Oh! And Randy makes contact with the race leader, Jay Wood! A huge collision on the backstretch. The lead down to 2.5 seconds. And Corey closing it down to maybe 2 seconds. It only took 237 laps, but there's finally some action. I'm messing. Corey now setting his sights on Jay Wood, down to 1.5 seconds. And it's gonna get heated up front. This time by will be 10 laps to go. Corey clear of all lap cars between him and Jay Wood, 10 to go. And the gap is 1 second. Nine laps to go. Corey just methodically closing in on Jay Wood, not trying to take himself out of it. 0.8 of a second, the gap. Coming around to 6 laps to go. Corey trying to have a shot. 6 to go. A couple lap cars in front of Jay Wood now. 5 laps to go. How does Jay Wood fare with Miz and Controller Hog? Miz being on the lead lap. 4 laps to go now. Three laps to go. Jay Wood's now on the back bumper of Miz. How does Jay Wood fare? Miz caught a curb. And he's going to let Jay Wood by. 2 laps to go. And actually that might have helped Jay Wood as Miz trying to get out of the way. Corey didn't know where to go. 1 lap to go. Is there one last miracle in store for Corey? Into turn 3. Jay Wood trying to fight it off the inside of the 88, and Jay Wood's gonna win here at Martinsville night. Corey comes home second. Dan's gonna finish third, and the last car on the lead lap. Miz finishes 4th. 1 lap down. Randy 5th, 1 lap down. Army Dad got up to the 6th position. He was 2 laps down. Prattman 7th, 2 laps down. Burton was 8th, 2 laps down. Devin 9th, 4 laps down. Freak comes home 10th, 7 laps down. How about Dan with the fastest lap? No surprise there. But your race winner only with the 7th fastest. Yep. Everybody go ahead and kind of clear the mics for post-race interviews. If you are not Jay Wood, Corey, and Dan. If you are Jay Wood, Corey, and Dan, well, if you're Jay Wood or Dan, you set your party audio to be shared. Let me know when y'all are ready. Jay Wood. Hey. Alright. Let me get the party audio shared to the stream. All right, and we are joined by our third place finisher, Dan. Dan, how was it? You did have the fastest lap. You had one of the best cars, just not able to close the deal. How was the race for you, and what happened there in that third stage?
It it was a fun race. I had a couple problems with lap cars. The car was really good on a short run, would get kind of loose late run, so I had to back her down a lot, so I didn't wreck it.
Yeah, I noticed that pretty early, especially if it was versus you and Jay Wood, or yeah, you versus Jay Wood. It turned out it looked like you had the car there on the short run, but about 20-25 laps into the run, your tires kind of got to the point where they weren't able to go as fast as they could, and Jay Wood kind of took over from there.
Yeah, I knew it too. Like I knew he was faster man along the run. I was just doing everything I could just to hold him off for as long as I could.
Anything different there you could have done that third stage?
No, because once I got away from me, it was just hang out in third and just run my race. Because there was no, I wasn't gonna be able to catch him because we weren't go. I didn't expect to have a caution. So if we would have had a caution, I might have had a very good opportunity.
And I have that pewter fish.
That's just the most shocking part to me that the fastest car didn't think he had a chance to win there at the end of the third stage, but wasn't fast at the right points.
They were only a straight away from lapping me. So
All right. Well, congratulations on your third place finish. Um, I'm sure you wanted better, but you did show up to fight. Just wasn't your day.
yeah, I tried.
All right. And we're joined by our race winner, Jay Wood. Jay Wood, how about it just being back in the winner's circle, back on top of the scoring monitor? Just how's it feel getting another one of these wins?
Uh, Good. I don't know. It's been a while. Well, I won last week when you weren't here, so.
Ah, I wouldn't expect anything less. But this race kind of looked like it was yours, pretty much, unless there was a restart towards the end. You had a nice long run car.
Yeah, I was praying for no cautions the whole race because I knew about 30 laps. That's when my car just never fell off. It just wouldn't run no quick laps. It just steady as she goes. I guess the old saying is slow. It's what is it?
Slow and
Go
steady
slow,
wins the race.
go fast. Go slower, go faster. Something like that.
Yeah. So your car was able to maintain kind of a steady run throughout an entire fuel run.
Yeah, I just never got loose at all. Never had wheel spin. But I couldn't run low 19s either. And that was,
Yeah.
if we'd have got a caution, it would have been pretty much, just,
It looked like you were able to really wheel the car there, even towards the end of the runs. Yeah, it just looked like the tire wear wasn't really affecting you. Just a really stable race car. Corey there, were you worried about Corey gaining on you at the end? I know he had a little help from an unsuspecting lap car.
Yeah, I got hit by a lap car. Other than that, I mean, the car was still good. He was catching me, though. There might have been a little bit of fresh tires, too, because I pitted a little bit early. I had damaged the prior before I pitted with the rear, and it made the car looser on the longer end, which you don't want. And that's why I pitted earlier.
Right. What do you have to say about the kind of the race overall? It was a caution-free race, a long, hard-fought race from all throughout the field. How did lap traffic treat you? I guess besides that one incident.
It was just a good race. Back to back, no cautions. I like it.
All right, well, congratulations on the win here at Martinsville Night. Not many people can say that. We haven't done many races at Martinsville Night. So go ahead and enjoy it.
Thank you.
Good. Nope. That's what we got here from the Wholemade Veedverks Cup Outlaws series here from Martinsville night, Martinsville, Virginia, Martinsville
Yes.
Speedway. It was a one fun night. Make sure you join us next week as we hit the high banked 2-mile D-shaped oval, Michigan International Speedway. It is, I struggle to say this, it's going to be a great one. I absolutely hate that track as a driver, but as a commentator, I'm sure it'll bring a lot of action, lots of slipstream drafting in packs. It's a miniature Talladega, and you'll see it in action next Tuesday and Wednesday night here on the Veedverks Outlaw Series, Wholemade Veedverks Outlaw Series YouTube channel. And we'll see y'all then.